I looked at my daughter that was at McDonald's, and she looked at me and said, Daddy, I love you. You ain't gonna never leave me, right? I said, never. And it dawned on me how many girls, and see, y'all, a lot of y'all don't care if you're 50, you still got the little girl inside. That daddy never looked at you and said, I'm never gonna leave you. And whatever you need, baby, I don't care what little Johnny did to you, Daddy gonna be right here. Actually, I may put hands on Johnny if he don't do right. And y'all never had that protection. Y'all never had that love. That would have made y'all feel like, I don't care what you do to me. My daddy had to buy me my shoes. I don't need you. And what y'all did is try to put that in some little boy when you were 17. And you started off broken and hurt. And now you're trying to be, as a woman, pull it back together. And the Holy Spirit is trying to knit you back together because of the covering that he gave you didn't do it. And now I got to say I'm sorry to the wives. Because too often y'all got married and your covering has been out of line. He picked everything else but you. His friends, the video games. He left you for any about reason that can get him to leave the house. And you sat at home most time as a wife having to do stuff you didn't have to do. You shouldn't have been doing. Baby, in the Old Testament, the men raised the kids. The wife assisted. Now the men barely do anything with the kids, and the wife do everything. The man barely do anything because the enemy we don't even see. He's reversed it. He's got the man to step out of position and threw the woman in. And we know he did the same thing in the garden. Man, let me get you out of line. Let me throw the woman in leadership. And we see the fall of man. And he's still working the same thing today. And I thought before I just need to say sorry. If your husband has caged you in to be nothing but a housemaid or a housewife, I'm sorry. Listen, your job is to help be a homemaker. It is to help take care of the kids. But it is not limited to that. Y'all know it's a girl in the Bible named Deborah. And because there was no man to stand up, God said, I'll use you. It is plenty of women in the Bible who God chose to lead, chose to win souls, chose to witness. You are more than just a housemaid, than a baby carrier. And man, let me go here. If you limit your wife to just a housemaid, you're a weak man. And you may be scared of her outshining you. See, this is why men have to put their wives in boxes, because she may be smarter. She know how to do better with the money, but you can't show your weakness because you're insecure. So now you got to put her in a box so she don't outshine you. And you a weak man if you limit your wife to be nothing but a cook and a cleaner. Now, every time she say something, she can't get no opinion in nothing. She can't get no voice in the next car. Where y'all live, she can't do nothing. She can't go nowhere. She don't have nothing. It's all depicting and dependent on you. What a weak man. You're weak. Because you won't trust your wife. You won't let her out to cultivate her and let her grow and blossom because she may outshine you. And you're a weakling. And our job is to give her an area to cultivate and let her grow and become the best her. And what we do is abuse them. And because we're weak, we have to use abuse. Mental and physical and sexual abuse. Because we don't want to come in and warm her up. We want to choke her out and take it. Because we don't want to humble ourselves and love them. We got to be abusive. Because we don't want to be nice and say, babe, you mind doing this? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I got you. We don't want to be kind. We want to scream and cuss them out to get what we want. You're weak. And you're a coward. Yeah, I just said to the camera too, you're a coward. Because you can't love your wife enough and your insecurities get you to treat her like trash. And she's more than that. She's a helper. And the Hebrew root for helper is ezer, E-Z-E-R. It's used 21 times in Genesis. And 2 other times, it refers to women, to a wife to her husband. 16 of the 23 times it relates how Israel was, that God was Israel's helper. And 16 of the times is related to God. Now we know dang well God is not a subordinate or inferior to us. And he uses the same Hebrew word to describe what a wife is to her husband. There's no way we can come up with the fact that she's supposed to be a subordinate inferior to us. See, we took that word and we manipulated it. We took the verse, submit to your husband and all things, and we manipulated it so we can put her under our foot and under our thumbs. And you will be a fool. See, I had an analogy, Amazon, you owe me another $15. You didn't send my package again. That's 2 weeks in a row. Actually, I want 30 this time. I had an example I was going to show y'all. And it was like, y'all know when y'all go to the nice little dinners and stuff, you can put your little cup and get on a little fountain. See, I ordered this big old fountain. Now I'm going to fill it up with some type of juice. I'm going to sit up here and drink something too because I know I'm going to be thirsty. I'm not going to be dry. But I don't have it here, so I'm just imagine it's here. And on a tower, it's a 3-tier tower. And at the top, the juice come out and overflow. And see, at the top, there's God. He says, I'm provision. And then it flows to the second level, and that's the man, right? But then it flows drink. And then down to the middle. It says, he didn't make Eve in the garden first and say it's not good for you to be alone. He made Adam first. And he looked at him like, it's not good for you to be alone. Let me make you a helper. And what the real definition of Ezra is an assistant, somebody to come alongside you in your time of need. And trust me, y'all, we're going to need them. Listen, we cry more than women most time. Let's be real. Testify, cry baby. And sometimes, because we pin it up, but sometimes we just want to go and hug her and cry. And what we don't understand is she's designed for it. If we would do it in love, she's designed to come alongside of us in our weakness and help us like God is. He put us here, and when we get weak, he comes along. He's an Ezra. He comes alongside of us and helps us in our weakness. And that's what the wife was designed to do. He said, man, it's not good for you to be alone. You are not okay by yourself.